Just with Jimmy Disu, and today's program is brought to you gladly by Amstel Malta, which is brewed by Nigerian brewers. Very quickly, let me finish the gist I was saying this morning at 7:30. Sheriff we were talking about the lecturer who has been accused of fiddling with his law students in Unical. And Sheriff now said that even as an Oga, we were talking about female harassment as an Oga, when you're talking to a lady, you talk to her with your door wide open. And that he said, I haven't stopped laughing, that you'll be speaking at the top of your voice so those around would know. And I remember the story of what happened to me talking about things like that, talking loud. Let me gist you. Today's Friday anyway. Let me just gist you before I start talking about railway. So when I was young, I think I was, this was in 76. Yeah, so I was 21. Okay, so in our house, of course, I had my own room, that kind of thing, young man in the house. But my room was a bit hidden. You had to go through one room to get to my room, one kansha, because our house was the old Yaba bungalows. So my dad, in his grace, whatever, just to get this rascal out of the way, had created one room. And for me, it was nice because it was from a dark alley. And also, it meant all Yaba houses then had front and back. You had an entrance and you had a backyard. You could also always come in from the back. Just check out the bungalows you see. That's why I'm a bit claustrophobic. A house must have an entrance and an exit, but that's a story for another day. On this fateful day, they wait for babe. Okay, I was waiting for babe. I had done all the needful. You know what it is. The soft drink was very cold. Minerals was very, very cold in one corner. Like waiting patiently. Babe now shows up. My mom was in her own room, which was next to the sitting room. I wish I could describe the way the bungalows were, but just my mom was a little distance away. So in those days, if your dad put a normal key knob, a normal lock in the door, you would remove it and put the, what do they call it, jam lock. So once you close the door, there's nobody can open it mistakenly from outside, and so on and so forth. So on this day now, at the wait, my mother had sensed that this boy is up to something. So babe now came. Our house had a very large compound, a whole plot of land. So babe now came, followed the back side, asked my sister, is jimi? Came in, and then came in like that and entered my room. See, from the backyard, once you enter the house, up left, pew, like Sheriff would say, entered my room, and I said that. I was talking about talking loud so that people can hear. The music was off. I had this small cassette I bought from our doji. I bought it for 30 naira in those days. So the music was playing Michael Jackson, So my mom, ordinarily, in my own thinking, in my wiseness, I thought that she would think I'm just having fun, and maybe if some visitor came in or whatever, she wouldn't know what I was going to be up to. Babe entered, I brought the album. In those days, when Babe comes to your house first, you must give her album to look at, photograph. And this was the first time Babe was coming, So as soon as Babe came in, in those days again, we had this light. You change it from yellow to blue, and this and I did that one. I went out as if I was going to go and wash my hands or did something just to make some activity, to take my minds off it. I didn't know that the crafty old woman was watching me. So as soon as I came in again, Babe was sitting on the chair in my, my room. I used my right leg to kick the door. And once you kick the door, so as soon as the door just went dim. I just said, Jimmy. I said, Ma, Shilekun. I almost died. I never forgave that woman. Babe never came back. She just said, Jimmy, Ma, Shilekun. What's wrong with this woman? I'm 21. I'm in uni. So I now went to meet her. Can't tell me my privacy. This. I have my rights. I didn't say you can't have a visitor. If I hear that door shut from where I am, It is as I was still grumbling and whatever, visitor had quietly slipped through the side and gone to wait for me at the backyard, and that was the end of Solomon Grundy. So I just thought I'd throw that in for you this morning to laugh. Some of the pranks that we played way back, And therefore, when I started having children, I had met a very experienced father, but they still beat me to it. Can you imagine you are told long after your children have grown that they used to drive your car? Girls! And I didn't know.
No way.
Emikura! They went and made a spare key. And my daughter was telling me one day she was caught by the police.
Wow.
For driving a stolen car.
Wow.
Because the particulars were with me. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's program. Today I told you, that I was going to tell you about, what happened at the railway. So last week when I went on, the break I went was for health reasons. I was conked out completely. I had terrible flu. But after staying at home, I said, look, why don't you take a trip? You've always been wanting to go to Ibadan, so take the train and see what it is. So I set out in the morning. Now I want you to listen carefully. I got to the train station. I asked, how much is it? They said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Ibadan. Okay, they said, Populo is 3,600. Some business class, something is 6,000. And some first class, whatever. Who wants first class? It was 9,000. I said, give me Populo ticket. I brought out my card. They said, no. I said, what do you say? We don't. They didn't say that the POS was not what we say. We don't take POS. Excuse me. In this current era, in 2023, and I'd heard this before, over a year ago, that I'd heard that they take only cash. And I thought that maybe somebody didn't know what he was saying. I said, can't I use my PIN? No. He said, you must pay cash. Lo and behold, they pointed at an array of, they were like supporters, there were about 8 of them. So you go to those ones, and I can bet my last dollar, those ones stationed there work for the people on the inside. You now have to go and collect cash if you don't have cash. I'd never carry cash, never. Most you find on me is 1,000. So I had to go there. Of course, you do that for a fee. On going back again to present my ticket, to now buy my ticket, I bought my ticket. They said I should step aside. What for? Wait to collect your change. As soon as I turned that, I saw 3, 4, 5 people. We were all waiting to collect change. Then in between, and I can't run. I don't run that fast anymore. My running days are over. They started announcing, they said, going to Ibadan, we leave at this blah, blah, blah. The train left dead on time. So all of us, we abandoned our change. Yeah, I'm not, how much was the change? Maybe 2.5, but imagine the multiplicity of those, because it's 3.6. It's not likely that you will have 3,600. It's likely that you will drop 4K. Abi? Mm-hmm. So, what will we then gather us? Lo and behold, when I looked at the ticket, it read Lagos to Abeokuta, which is a cheaper whatever than Lagos to Ibadan. Now, 2 months ago, I heard this happen. And they said, I think they said something to the effect that we ran out of tickets. So, the Lagos all of us had was Lagos to Abeokuta. So, this tells me that there is something funny going on. If you are going to be paying cash, is it that you will now be clearing Lagos? Because what they did was that they now put one rubber stamp from somewhere, Ibadan. And then something tells me that something funny is going on there. You cannot prove to me that there is no fraud going on in that. And I am surprised that a federal government institution, I had somebody calling the other day and said she went to one dentist place or whatever, and they said they don't take cards, they take only cash. At a time when everybody is not taking cash, but taking cards. How can a federal government, Nigerian Railways, be saying that you won't take cards when it should be the other way around? It should be cashless. So Even if there is no fraud, and I doubt it, if there's no fraud going, it is open to fraud. The other thing they have to explain is, why are the tickets reading Lagos to Abeokuta? Anyway, I got on the plane. On the train. Numbered seats. The trains are nice. The Popolo was air conditioned, It's like they told everybody who came there on that day to have a bath. So there were no funny smells or whatever. Going, the toilets were clean. So at some point now, a vendor came in to sell food. She didn't have a trolley. And at one point she was bending down in the middle of the whatever to serve rice and things like that. Neither did the seat in front have a tray where you could put your food on. But me, I bought donuts, sha. I bought donuts and 1 minerals. Don't go to Sheriff. The story has not ended though. Just let me finish. Then so I bought minerals and I ate donuts. And off I went to Ibadan. The trip was nice. The station in Ibadan hasn't been well finished. But we will get there, Nigerian factor. Okay, forget. So I got to Ibadan, went to my friend's place. My friend's daughter had cooked some nice rice for me with dodo and everything. I was happy. I was almost sleeping off on the chair when we looked at the clock. It was time for me to come back to Lagos. On getting to the station in Ibadan, cash. Again. Change non-existent again. In Nigeria, nobody has cash. If you see petrol attendants franking their face, and that's franking their face, it's because there's no cash, there's no change. Everybody is now using cards. Then the ticket from, I want us to spread this until the president hears this. The ticket from Ibadan to Lagos, what am I going to do in Abeokuta now? Ibadan to Lagos, read Ibadan, Abeokuta. So another, then I knew that there is more than meets the eye in this thing. They're making a killing. Now, the irony now is that if we had bought these trains cash down, it wouldn't be so hurtful. We bought them with the loan. We took a loan. The loan will take us only God knows how many years. Part of the loan is supposed at least to keep it running from the proceeds.
Yes, that's right.
From the proceeds.
That's the idea.
There is some fraud going on there. And I'd like us to escalate it. I'm not a crime fighter or crime buster. My job is to do analysis. But for those who know, let us challenge, call on the new minister for transport. Who is that now? Who is the new minister for transport? Is the president's brother?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. He's the president's brother. Boyega Yetola. The first thing you'll have to do is to go, because I can imagine the kind of hemorrhage you'll be getting there.
They're bleeding.
They're what? Put on your mic now. Let us hear you.
You said?
Who did you say is bleeding? Your condition is so bad I begin to see you in my sleep.
We're hemorrhaging. I think
hemorrhaging.
Yeah, I think
openly.
Yes, and brazenly as well.
And brazenly, and for good measure, shall I have them all. I said, all of you here, all of you lady, all of you are thieves. They didn't say one word. I said, what kind of racket are you running here? First of all, I have to buy a ticket. So you're making returns, if any, on Lagos, Abeokuta.
And you're collecting the money for Lagos.
How am I sure that even the ticket that's in Lagos, Abeokuta itself has not been printed locally? There is something criminal going on there.
I don't know why. I can't explain why we are how we are.
Yes.
Like, even if an infrastructure is provided by the government,
yes,
we still find a way, because what happens eventually is that service would crash at some point because there won't be money.
There won't be money to maintain
it.
How can we be so wicked to ourselves?
Yeah, that's
because for me, I will not accept any explanation. The reason being, this issue of the Lagos Abeokuta tickets had been on in the past. Somebody had raised it, and the excuse given then was that, I think they ran out of tickets or whatever. But what kind of people are we? We cannot even generate a ticket. We should be having some kind of the ticket should be generated from not all these tickets that Omoniles give you. All these tickets you tear. We should have machine generated tickets right there.
Right.
So that there are records.
I mean, why can't we have thermal printers that can just generate tickets for you? And
and off you go.
You go. Why can't people book online and generate their ticket online?
Exactly.
As well? Why can't people have their ticket on their mobile phones?
Why can't you even from there you can decide to have what I would call seasonal tickets, monthly, quarterly, weekly.
Exactly. I mean, why can't you have barcodes, for instance, where people can scan and pay? Right?
Yes. First of all, you have this ticket, then you now say they should pay cash.
We just leave room for these.
First, so you want to leave me?
I have an appointment.
Wait now. Okay. 0700 993 01465 7190. I beg of you, all of us have to be concerned with. Let's start with little things like this. Maybe by the time palliatives come, we'll be strong enough to confront the governors, any one of them that wants to play hanky panky. But they always will. They always have a way. Let's pick the first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
Yawati gas. Yawati gas is trade. Uncle, this is Ambassador Muslim.
I know.
Uncle Jimmy, Yawati gas. One more point, lower trade. So I want about if you can't be so now. There was
no, Ambassador. There were no provisions for cards.
That's it. They make it purposely. So look, Uncle Jimmy, we are discussing this morning about Labour Congress. I'm asking this morning, Uncle Jimmy, is Labour Congress not part of the ministry who are working with the governor?
No. Don't. This is.
No.
Look,
Uncle Jimmy,
Ambassador, this is the responsibility. It is the responsibility of the government to put. For example, government should have a no cash policy.
I agree with you, Uncle Jimmy.
You understand? Government should have machine generated receipts. Not all these the receipts that we had in Onikon Stadium when I was in secondary school.
Uncle, do you understand municipal at that time? We have checkers.
Yes, now. Yes.
Checkers will move in.
Yes.
They will check your ticket. But they make it purposely. Look, Uncle, it doesn't happen to you and I sometimes, if you remember. I want a gift from you on one other registration, and I collect the gift. And I'm waiting for you to tell you you have the need to show you the gift. And I show you.
Yes.
You got the one bag that's missing. You just hear that. Where is this bag now? I find back before lady go inside and bring this bag for me. Do you remember?
I can't. I'm old now. I don't remember things.
Moral value. We
Yes.
have lost it. We have lost our moral value. We don't show love. All we want is that we want to just subchange ourselves. That's what we are. Well, we get there soon. Thank you.
Yes, I mean, let me add again that though yes, you might say the you see everywhere in the world, if you don't prevent fraud, it will happen. Why people are not that fraudulent in other countries is that they know for sure that they will be caught and there will be consequences. They will be caught and there will be consequences. Good morning, Oluwakemi. You didn't even greet me this morning. You just came and sat down and you still have this flu. Okay, go home and handle the engine. All right, let's try. I don't even know where to put it on. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning.
This is Bolaji from Ogun State.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing up this topic today.
Hello. Oh, we lost him. Let's take another one. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning.
Morning.
Please don't resign yet, oh. I had my mouth. Thank you. Then let's come to the matter. if our government are not guilty, they will put things in order for those things not to happen.
Yes.
And because they are guilty, that is why they cannot put those things in order. Then when those things begin to have fault now, where will they see money to repair it? We need to change, Thank you.
Well, first and foremost, if you, like I said, if you don't put things in order, if you don't have machine-generated receipts, you allow POS. These things, they say that if you don't open up some place in the wall, a lizard won't find its place to come in. I need to take a short break. When I come back, we'll continue with this issue, okay?
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Or more, I used to beg for validation.
And I used to wait to be seen.
But now, no more.
No more.
No more.
Because my time.
My time?
My time.
My own time is now. So what are you waiting for?
I'm still Malta. Be your best.
Hey, put a spotlight on me. Now let me tell you this. I used to care for the world's opinion.
And I used to fear their rejection.
Or more, I used to beg for validation.
And I used to wait to be seen.
But now, no more.
No more.
No more.
Because my time.
My time?
My time.
My own time is now. So what are you waiting for?
I'm still Malta. Be your best.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu.
You're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu, brought to you by Amstel Malta. And I was talking to you about my trip. We're trying to get your views. In between that, it's the season of intense. For God's sake, I didn't know we had so many. So I have another one here. She's supposed to sit and watch me, but I'd like them to get a real feel of it. What's your name? You have to speak. You want to? This is your baptism of fire. What's your name? Speak up.
Melody, sir.
Melody. Do you think you're singing? Melody. Which university are you from?
Oduduwa University.
Oduduwa, where is that one?
Osun State.
Is that the one by Chief Afe Babalola?
No.
Who is your pro chancellor? You don't know. Who is your vice chancellor?
Hey God.
You don't know. If you want to work in the media, I train you people in the open so others would also listen. You have to pay attention to detail. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You have to pay attention. What course are you doing?
Accounting.
No wonder. Yeah, go back to accounts department. I thought you were in the media or doing mass comm or something. But you can sit and enjoy. All right? Take a seat over there. Okay, so now I like to throw them under the bus, you know. That's the way I started. Apart from writing articles when I was in school, running some tertiary magazine, my first job in the Daily Times, I was given an assignment to go. I covered sports. I usually use it to harass Shegun Agbede that I was in sports long before you. I said, I don't know anything about sports. What will I do? Say, find out who took a shot, who did this and who did that. And I got a byline, thanks to Toyin Makoju. Anyway, so our lines are open and we'll take your calls again and other things you might want to say. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello? Okay, so I intend to make a return trip. I hope that by this broadcast, the Nigerian Railways people will find a way to sit up. There is no acceptable excuse. None. Tickets can be printed within an hour. And so, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. The ticket to Abeokuta make it separate from, so that it's used. You can also use it, of course, for accountability. And then there's something, your customer doesn't really like. If I'm going to Ibadan and you give me a ticket to Abeokuta, I could have started the fight from the ticket office. That what if a checker comes in and says that sees me on a seat going to Ibadan and my ticket is reading Abeokuta. I asked feebly, I didn't want to cause trouble just yet. He said, "Oh, there's a rubber stamp on it. It's all shoddy. That shouldn't be," which is sad because the train journey itself, the terminals are standard. Though for the life of me, given the challenges we have financially, maybe it shouldn't have been that. It should have been that grandiose. But I mean, hey, it was nice. It was a good feel in my country. It was everywhere was air conditioned. The terminals was air conditioned. It was neat. It was clean. The toilets were okay. For the men's toilet, I can't remember, but I think I said I was going to ask the people to please create 45 feet in whatever it is, which I saw, but that's neither here nor there. So operationally, it was okay. And guess what? The train left dead on time. On the two occasions, dead on time. I give them that credit. Only for me to now see a video about 2 days ago in Facebook that some Nigerians have been going along the rail tracks and stealing the bolts. Yes, it's in Facebook. Some scrupulous Nigerians have been stealing the bolts one by one. You remember, some of you might not know the original design of Eko Bridge. Nigerians took all the railings. I understand they use it to do, this big spoon for jollof rice and this big, we call it basia, that they used to fry puff and moi moi and all these things. And that's what, and all these iron pots, these iron pots they used to cook going and all these things. They took everything comes from the railings, of the bridge. So you find government has to keep replacing and replacing. I don't know. Maybe we should have been left with the days when we were riding horse, or people were trekking, or when we had kurube. Let me tell you, Oluwakemi, there was a time in Africa people had kurube. When you just stay, they called what was it called? Oh.
What's kurube? Is it like keke?
No, wait. Is it? Do you want me to tell you the meaning of kurube, or do you want me to show you? Which one? Choose one now.
More like tell me.
I don't have time. I have only 1 hour to do this program.
That's enough time.
Because if you want me to show you, I have to go to one place and take off my shorts. It's somewhere in between my boxers and whatever.
Okay.
I can bring it out for you to see. If you will not be afraid.
I will be afraid, please. Thank you.
But what we are told is that in days past, long time, our ancestors, people would do what I conceive to be astral traveling. They would physically go. They could do Lagos Ibadan in about 10 minutes or so. The Yorubas have it. They call it kanoko. Oyinbos call it astral traveling. It's a bit complex. You are the daughter of a deaconess, so all these things will not. I don't want to frighten you, and your mom will be listening. Why I call when you call koku. Okay. 9:32. We should start from somewhere. I'm going to go back on that train again, anytime from now, and this time around, I will raise some stink. There's still a bit of activism left in me. I thought we'd left it a long time ago, but when I started, I said, all of you, what? They were all smiling and looking the other way.
Of course.
Wait, is this one in Nigeria?
Are you new here?
I'm sure they will abuse me. They look at himself. Look at him, as old as he is. He's going. His common economic ticket that he bought. But those coaches were clean. They were nice. I didn't even feel any. But God caught me somehow. When I was going, I mistakenly got an aisle seat. So this time around, I got there on time to book a window seat. By the time I got to the window was cracked. You couldn't see it.
Sorry.
somebody has smashed the window. You know, when the glass cracks but doesn't actually fall off. But I'd like to call on all of us. We are all involved in this. Let us call the Railway Corporation to question. Let us put pressure on them to do what is right. You cannot, in 2023, be issuing tickets like the ones Omonile used on Makati Street in Lagos. It's unacceptable. You must have machine-generated receipts. And for God's sake, at a time when people are encouraged to go cashless, you say you will take cash only.
There's even this BRT system that
Yes.
BRT card. So we all have cards where we can recharge our cards at any BRT center. It's always at every bus stop. You see them there. Do you want to load your card? So you can go cashless.
When we heard this, people can live in There's like keep that. It was on the train that he wrote his PhD. I don't want to call him my dentist because I don't like dentists. But it was on the train he wrote his PhD. Yes. So we are looking forward to when people will be. So if I'm commuting on that route daily, every day I have to go look for cash. Now, does that make sense? Then I one of the things I'm going to do is, should I let the cat? I wanted to say, should I let the bag out of the cat? One of my classmates say, don't let the bag out of the cat. Okay, should I let the cat out of? But what I'm hoping to, what I might do one day, is get somebody, go and get a POS, get somebody, tell him to stand there and see if they will drive him on highway. Then you will know that is when you will know that it is very likely that whatever itself is organized by those on the inside. You know. Daily Digest, 9:36. Let me pick a call. Hello.
Hi, good morning, Coach Jimmy.
Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Chika.
Yes, sir.
On the issue of the trend that you narrate, it's quite unfortunate.
Yes.
And, more so unfortunate that it was this same practice or system that led to the extension of Nigerian Airways.
Yes.
Because I recall
these sharp practices, yes.
Yeah, I recall that my dad told me about how some tickets coming from Oluwole. And if you begin to run a system like this, where do you get the money to maintain that same system? And it's so bad. And it's so bad because as small as GUO transport, God is good, all these public transport, all the transportation system, they all have machine tickets.
Yes,
so
now.
Once you pay, they generate it. So it was
even ABC, you can book ahead.
Yeah, even GUO.
GUO, yes. You can book ahead.
Last time I went to Asaba, I used GUO and I book online.
You book ahead, book online.
I book ahead. As soon as I got there, I showed them, then they print the ticket and give to me.
But the management of railway, they must be brazen, you know. It's as if nothing can happen to them.
I think this issue of food for the boys or job for the boys.
Yes.
Because who knows? Maybe they've actually used that place to maybe settle one of them. Oh yeah, go control.
You be eating so that you two can have something to eat.
Whatever come out of here, just take it. But it's quite unfortunate. Equal to any handicap.
Yeah, what your dad told you about Nigeria Airways is right. I mean, because way back then, Nigeria Airways, you could get Nigeria Airways from the Army PRO's office. Had tickets and the Army never paid back the tickets. You could get tickets from anywhere. You could even get London tickets. You know. Then there was a family that was notorious for printing tickets way back then. That's when I look at some of you. You run after people to say, he's a made man. Come and tell us your story. I said, now small picking they do now. Those of us who know background, there was a family that was notorious for printing money and tickets in this country. Way back. It's not from my mouth that so don't look at me. You know, and you see, but you see, collectively, if you keep thinking that, that's an isolated case and so on and so, all these isolated cases now turn out to be the large problem that all of us are facing today. Because now, the loan has been taken. Only God knows how much it would have taken us to pay the loan back, even if we are doing good with it. So now that I wonder what kind of returns they have, whether they can cover their salaries or whatever. This is a challenge to the Railway Corporation. It's an open invitation to them. If their PRO knows what he's doing, or she is doing, he should have heard about this program. So if you want to come and explain these things, we are more than glad to have you. Okay? But as far as I'm concerned, I haven't said specifically that there's fraud going on, but it's very suspicious. I choose my words carefully. It's very, very suspicious. You collect cash. You don't collect cards. You have this form of printed funny-looking tickets. And then the ticket reads, Lagos Abeokuta. And I'm going to Ibadan. When I'm coming back, the ticket reads, Ibadan Abeokuta. What kind of coincidence is that? What kind of coincidence is that? Somebody should come and tell me. 0700 993 993 993 014657190. Did you want to say something about what I'm talking about? No. Okay. Have you taken the train before? No. Okay. She says accounting. Let me leave her, Jerry. Oh, yeah. We will look for one balance sheet for you to balance. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes. Good morning, Uncle Jimmy. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Who is speaking?
This is Madam Ebele.
Madam Ebele, how are you?
Actually, my first time getting you. I've been always interested in you.
Is this my doctor, Dr. Ebele? No. Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor, Uncle Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Because my doctor.
I'm a listener.
Okay, my doctor is Dr. Ebele.
Okay, I use the Ibadan Express. I use that's the facility you use. On the 27th of July till 28th of August, I came back, same route. Same thing happened. I was mad at the station from Yaba. I was very, very unhappy. And they said that's what they were doing.
Yes.
On my coming back, I had to do POS before I entered the terminal.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to use the opportunity to tell you that the POS lady that attended to me, he did not go. And she told me to go in, that she'll come and see me if he did not go. So by the time the train came, we left. I didn't see the lady. By the time I got to Lagos, I saw that the ticket did not actually go. I mean, the POS I did, 15,000.
Wow.
So I was just worried that, I'm not going to Ibadan very soon. I don't know how to get back to the lady and pay her the 15,000. So it became a problem. So as I listen to you now, I think it's a good opportunity to tell you that something like that happened, and I'm even owing somebody because of that POS.
Okay.
And I don't know the lady.
Send the money to me. I think I might know the lady. I will give her the money. Yes, now. Why are you?
Uncle Jimmy, it's one fine girl at the entrance to the departures.
Send me the money. You have my account details, Abi. Send it to me.
I don't have any account details.
I'll give you after the program. Send me the money. I'll deliver it. Thank you very much. Let's pick another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Please, in any name, as in price tag on it. You said Lagos Abeokuta. Does it have a price tag that you can confirm if what you are asked to pay is what you actually paid?
Let me explain again. I was told to pay cash. I'm going to Ibadan. I'm not going to Abeokuta. Okay? I'm going to Ibadan. I'm not going to Abeokuta. So I paid cash. Of course, I never got my change. If I had taken the ticket, it was when we were on the train, out of curiosity, that let me even see what kind of ticket. I said, Lagos Abeokuta. My mind went, this thing, somebody raised it about 2 months ago. And I said, wow, these people are still at it. The ticket read, I have a photograph of it. It read Lagos Abeokuta. I have it. I took the photograph on my phone, Lagos Abeokuta. Now, on coming back, the ticket read Ibadan Abeokuta. And I paid cash. So, invariably, there is no way the authorities will get the exact value of the tickets of what they put out, because it would have been mixed up. So maybe they make returns on Lagos Abeokuta and make returns on Ibadan Abeokuta. Who knows? And put in the books, only 8 people went to Lagos. Only 8 people went to Ibadan. Let's pick another call. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, am I on to
You are. I know we are the one who wants to talk to. Yes.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning, man. Speak up.
How are you?
Oh, don't call from under the duvet, please. If you want to talk to us, stand up. And I know it's a bit chilly these days, but get up.
Hello?
Madam, go on, please.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Pick another call, please. Please, I mean, let's get activated. If you're not too sure you want to make a call, please don't. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm a first-time caller, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. I have an experience. We went to Lagos, Abeokuta last week, Thursday, with my daughters, and we paid from Lagos to Abeokuta. The ticket retail was, I think, 2,000 naira, and they took 3,000 naira from us.
I didn't even look at the value.
How can somebody going to Lagos, Abeokuta, the ticket, they said, oh, no, minor. They're giving out everybody 2,000 naira tickets, and they will now stamp it behind and say it's 3,000. And I have a daughter that is 3 years old, not knowing that they are not meant to pay anything. This is money for me, getting inside. They were not saying, hey, madam, did you pay for her? They are not meant to pay for her. And I was thinking, did I know? Was there any instruction? You guys were just collecting money. Uncle Jimmy, they need to do something about it because it's not fair.
No, we will. I just thought, let me tell you my experience first, to put them on notice, and then see if we can bring them to come and explain all this. But I was now in the operation say they're being spoken about on radio, and their PRO. Let me even see if my phone is ringing, because everybody has my phone number. But where's the phone? Who took my phone? Okay, there it is. All right, let me just see. 1 second. Let's see if they're trying to make if I have any calls here. Nope, nobody's called me. PRO cannot even call like that. You must first of all go and make this thing, that one, go and make. I'm not in a position to talk. I cannot talk. I don't have authority. I'm not competent. I hate when I hear that. I'm not competent to speak on this matter. Okay. Remember that tomorrow is the program we're going to do in honor of my good friend I never saw with my eyes, Pastor Taiwo Dukoya. And we're going to have Pastor Itwa in to say a few things. I'm also going to have my Egmo, Mr. Ronung Batogo, my big colleague and big uncle, who is a member of that church. He will be here also to say one or two things. So tomorrow too, if you do have anything to say about Pastor Taiwo, I can't understand what that man went through. I couldn't have gone through half. And in any case, that is the one that we have seen. He lost his wife to an air crash. That is bad enough. I might not recover from such a thing. As if that wasn't bad enough, he got married the second time. He lost his wife to cancer. He got married, then not long after, he lost his twin sister to cancer. One man. One of the things I'm going to ask Pastor Itwa tomorrow is, I'm sorry, I don't mean to blaspheme, but if a man has given his life to all this, why is he going through this kind of pain? I was so taught. Okay, so how did he become my friend? There's some people that I respect ordinarily, and once I respect you, I like to show, just like I wanted to do to the young man who didn't turn up on time yesterday. The people like that, I like to, because I believe that our society is unappreciative. So a few of us who know what it takes, that is not all about money, would do that. And, so I started calling him. I never met him. I called him first time and he said, but he knew me, And he started laughing. I said, Pastor, why are you laughing? I just wanted to call you just to say hello. I'm not inviting you for any interview. I know you don't do interviews. Very boisterous gentleman, nice and warm, you know. And from then on, and the last time I heard his voice was when he called me. And I saw, this man is calling me. So then we started talking. I said, Pastor, I'm sure you called me to pray for me. He said, no, I pray for you all the time. I said, I see. He said, okay, let me confess. I said, what? He said, my son's name is Jimmy. And he's the one that I wanted to call. I said, well, the good Lord wants you to talk to me. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Mr. Ronald Watogo will be here. Mr. Pastor Itwa is supposed to phone him, but I'm trying to convince him now to see if he can spare some time to actually come into the studio, because I need to ask him questions from my heart. That part I don't understand. Honestly. The man devoted, he had a good job in NNPC, he was doing well. Got the calling, he did it. And all these things are happening back to back. And in between it all, what I hear from people was that he was always thankful. And I've learned a lesson from that. That always be thankful, because in the queue of life, you will find more people behind you than in front of you. That's the end of the sermon for today. I think I'm now going to become a pastor. I think so. Why are you looking at me kind of funny? I don't like it. You think I can become a pastor? I don't need to quote the scriptures. I can become a pastor by just my own experience of life. You want to hear my experience of life? I'm more dickiness. Okay, let's take one last call before we go. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that one. Hello, good morning. Hello, morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
This is Malik speaking, Uncle Jimmy.
Hey, Malik. How now?
Yes, sir. Sir, the racketing you're talking about is not only the train.
It's
all over. BRT lane, the BRT buses.
Yes.
The small ones the government bought. Are you seeing those buses again? That one is gone. You want to pay through the card. They'll tell you they'll give you a ticket. You don't need card. The racketing. Then there's a time I asked the bus conductor, whoever, I said, why are people doing this? He said, how will the men on top eat money?
Wow.
So you can imagine that. The racket that is taking place, I will hear said that the PAMSEC or the Minister of Transport will be involved. That's why they settle them. They know about this thing.
But
they don't know.
How much is this? I hope
Uncle
not.
Jimmy,
how much?
If we check how many passengers use those trains now and how many passengers use BRT, that is why the buses are dirty. Because everybody is involved in the fraud. That's why you see nobody cares. Before you know, the company is gone. Ask yourself, those Igbo men that are doing transport business, how are they doing for the thing is still going till date? That government own cannot work. Look, Uncle Jimmy, our problem is more than a snake inside the hole. Thank you.
What is the problem of a snake inside the hole if you are not putting your head in the hole? A snake inside the hole stays in the hole. Have you heard that? Okay, it's almost 5:50. 5:50. I should continue. Okay, let me take one last call. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning. How are you?
Gloria from Ikorodu.
Yes, quickly, please.
Yeah, for me, I also like to talk about the hospitals too. They do same.
Really?
They will tell you pay by cash, and they won't give you your balance. They won't give you your change, rather.
No, they won't give you your change, no.
Hello?
Yes, go on, please.
Yeah, and another thing about the BRT, like the last caller said, mine is they don't maintain the buses. There was a day we were on Third Mainland Bridge, and it was raining heavily, and there was no wiper. So everybody started calling on their God. So
to come and
they
do
don't
what?
maintain the buses. Nothing is really happening there. I don't know what they're doing. But everything government, I don't know.
You called on God to do what now?
Everybody was calling on their God now to save us on that day.
Okay, you should have told the driver to stop. You would have come down on top of the bridge. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll be back here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, the discuss with Jimmy Disu. That is brought to you by MTN. I'll be back again tomorrow 9 o'clock, and we'll be doing what do you call it now? A memorial for Pastor Taiwo Dukoya. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much, Oluwakemi.
You're welcome, sir.
And God bless you all.
Amen.
Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3